Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's DiGiTMerc, and it's time that I talk a little bit about the topic that I've been now following for some time. This again in guiding Overwatch 2, and this time I've been hearing and following the news about the current matter or status about Roadhog, in season 10, and therefore, as much as myself a Roadhog main or long time main Hawk player. Next to Ryan and Dum, no? And I thought, why not give my own share and feelings about that and tell what I feel about what might be, give a little bit suggestion or ideas on that on top of it, and and see if what can be done about it. No, as always, if you like such such content, just make sure just doesn't hurt much, doesn't take much time from. And just hit the like, subscribe, follow, and other more content like this and other rights content are can be found and followed. Yeah, let's not dwell on it any longer, and let's just jump into it. So basically, the problem with Raw Talk is always the case. It has been always the case since Overwatch 1. I mean, not since Overwatch 1, but it has been always the roller coaster between either oppressive, no, or either like anti-oppressive. And between the thin line, Roadhog was always a very rare, no, because every time he was in between the lines, no, with the imbalanced and unbalanced, basically non-matter but strong, no, he had, yeah, I mean, he was like that. I'd say at a more, let's say, optimal spot when he was uh, not oppressive, not overpowered, not meta, no, but he was able to pick comp-wise and players that are able to play with him, no. That made like kind of whole difference when compared to Rotok when he is like literally is a it's a hard meta pick. Well, it became a strong meta pick after the Orisa changes because Orisa was holding Hawk at bay. I think not just Orisa, no, he was holding not Hawk on bay, or he also was holding like Reinhardt on bay and so on, so many others, Doom, But at the end, Roadhog has this always this niche of you know pro, properties that is makes Roadhog as a tank mere impossible to be a tank. I mean, not impossible, but he is clearly not the tank in a 1-1 in the 5v5, and especially when he is like more a associated bruiser than a tank. Bruiser you can call bruiser like the front buster, like in Heroes of Storm, the Butcher, stuff like this. He is more like a bruiser type. It's basically he has a lot of frontline shield busting and armor tank busting type of burst damage, and with a lot of survivability or sustainability during out the case, during costs. That makes Roadhog uh, like uh, uh, like say less risk with high reward, no. So basically, what you want to do is align between the risk and the reward and the value, no. So it's like Roadhog is and was usually or a high risk, high value, high risk, high value type of a character. No? If you land nice niche hooks, able to hooks like to the like all these feathers and able to pick out the hooks out of the even now and then and get out the squishes there and then punish the placements, uh, position placements. No, that was Roadhog's thing, and he was a flanker, But because in Watch 2, he is like by himself, he's solo tank. He actually does he doesn't tank, right? He does just you know just being itself a present, just being a present as a present. No, I mean, basically being you know just being in a game, making a lot of changes, not changes, but a lot of you can say the way Rotok is like made around around his around his kit now. He is basically the way he brings value, and he does more value. The value of it, it's more than the risk, basically, and therefore this definitely the what is called a little bit oppressive, and it's a little bit what's annoying, as much you do all this damage, it's fine, but once you're in the crowd, and then you got even all this disease and all this anti-heal, and you're still like using your breather, and you get just walking out alive like, and it's all back to nothing. Thank you. Uh, Want to do it again? And of course, there are times where just Hawk gets literally smoked within seconds, like 800 HP, boom, in a second, and that's gone. So it's like always a thing of a matter. And I've just seen like recently, the famous six playing Hawk on a match where the other team or player decided to go on Hawk. And every time the Hawk decided at the last shot point, I think it was in Hollywood now, and at that Hawk, the enemy Hawk, he decided he can go Hawk, and he was literally every time one shotted. Hook one shot by six Hawks, and the other Hawk just couldn't do anything. So basically, Hawk is always this kind of also a niche character. It's like not everyone thinks, yeah, he's an easy character. He has lots of value to gain. He's less risky, and but he has also lots of this so-called thinking of is easily. Is this also his character is very easy punishable and easy like HP can easily go from 800 to 0 like in seconds, and yeah, that's basically how again is the Roadhog. It hasn't been the case, and and every time there's the case like this, you wanna of course have the Roadhog being kind of, you could say, downgraded a little bit, uh, nerfed and there. And then of course you will be questioning what exactly needs to be nerfed. I mean, is it the survivability? Is it the damage he does? Is the this high risk, high reward, or no risk, high reward, or so on, or a little risk, high reward in this output? No, then yeah, I mean, in my mind, Rotok needs, I think, a little bit of a little bit different, not say rework, but it's definitely a if it's even make it up, if you want to make up Rotok will be as friendly as sort of Hawk players that like to play without being like Hawk nerfed again, and he's like all this and this and like useless, or he's in the bare minimum. It's like he's fine there. He is good with certain maps, certain comms. There are players that are able to play him. That's good. And then also the other times where actually Hawk is meta and he's actually like dominating the tanks, bots, and all this there, and has all this what you call upper hands at all times, and as much that you can do. And yeah, in these times you want to be like thinking about, but and every time I've been noticing, not to be negative, but I've been noticing every time the way the balance works in with Overwatch, not just Overwatch, but even with Blizzard games. No, I mean, it's nothing new, definitely as well, but every time character is getting overpowered, or kind of every time the player gets the hero or the character gets oppressive in time, even though it wasn't oppressive at first, but it goes because some of other characters, so like Orisa was holding Hawk at bay, and then once Orisa got, let's say, a little bit tweaked down, nerfed, Hawk place of Orisa, and so many other characters also came up above, but at the same time, it's now the Hawk is the dominating spot in tank now, and how do you want to do so that the Hawk becomes, it's basically it would be on a neutral state this is great for the main Hawk players as much against the enemy players. And the balance-wise, the way it's all been worked, if I repeat myself, either being overbuffed, undertuned, or in a bout. But it never has been what you call it has never been worked around it. Basically, instead of nerfing him, you might think a little bit playing around this character, maybe adjust other characters around him to make a little bit more counterweight against it. Because it's just a matter of time of other characters you might even because of that. Strong survivability, self-breather. You might just make to say, okay, this there. You may just, of course, makes maybe sense again to buff, for example, underneath again, because this was the thing what was holding as well Hawk from So you might think if Anabector old nade buff or make it stronger, or something like this, and even make maybe like Jungle Queen, as much she is now much more greater and as much more fun to play still. But she's still like let's say compared to Hawk, she's really like a niche pick, and the much amount of value and the risk you have to play as a Jungle Queen is much more let's say higher than when playing with Hawk. It doesn't take much time. It doesn't take an effort to disrupt Jungle Queen's ultimate. It's just like she does it and she does hook or something or something, and it's or cancel or So basically, and the amount the Jungle Queen needs cover from cover to cover. The play around Hawk chokes in there, and in order to reduce not getting, even though the headshot reduction tanks being now added to like hit scan heroes like Fiddle, probably like Ash, and Sojourn with the railgun. Now it's like hit scan shots and headshots might still be a little bit it's a not as positive as it used to be, but it is still quite. If you aim if you compare the health pool with Rakavine and also amount of headshot damage would take down the Jungle Queen just by standing idle without moving, without cover, or having Jungle Queen with no cover would be like harder than Roadhog without cover and able to sustain the damage on direct damage without any covers and going through the headshots at full force and survive that. The Jungle Queen in that case would be would be having more sincere problems in that case. I mean, in my mind, I can see already like Roadhog's getting changed. I mean, I'm pointed to not to dwell on it long as well, because I don't want to dwell on it too long. But I can say a couple of things. You want to make Roadhog as the character he used to be as the Roadhog. He was the one who would punish the wrong position for players placement. I put wrong positions of the players. You can easily get hooked. He was the flanker, right? Could flank people hooked around the corner. He was basically a shield destroyer, a shield buster, right? He was something like this. And he's low. He's big headshot hit to hit. Easy to defeat the good charges now, and he I think he needs to retain a little bit of the Overwatch 1 features. It's a very basically his recovery cooldown between each of his primary fire needs a little bit longer, because it's a scrap gun, a shotgun. It's not like you can say it's not an automatic shot. It's not a automatic shotgun, right? It's a scrap gun, and it needs a little bit high. I believe it's a little bit higher recovery time. So it's like one shot, a couple seconds of cooldown, and then so a little bit less oppressive with the primary shot. At the same time, as well, not as a big nerf. It's just wouldn't. I mean, it would not harm his damage. Just would remain like his more like a burst damage than a consistent damage, but more of a burst damage than a consistent burst damage. So like you have burst damage and the other, but you don't have this oppressive burst damage with with rapid fire, with a faster rapid fire, Of course, tune around, but his breather is the thing that keeps him alive, right? And that also engulfs him with the 50% damage reduction while he is using his breather each time, right? So it's like you want to draw a fine line between there that is nice, not too oppressive, not too strong, and also friendly to play and able to counter with. So I'd say let the breather be cancelable, punishable. When you use it at the wrong time, like in open wide, this and there, should be easy to be punished. As much like you would have your Doom first, you have your power block, it's really punishable to use the power block in any case. You just have to use like sleep dart, hook, hack, and all the things you just Doom can't do anything because in his block form in a awkward placement or position on there. That's the same thing with Hawk when he uses his breather in a way that's actually punishable and risky. That's the moment where he should be able to be punished. Should be punishable in that case. So yeah, and without making him of a broken, useless character again. No. So yeah, that is my mind of that for the current topic now for now. Yeah. Otherwise, let me know how you think about yourself, about the Roadhog current stance, situation. What you like to see on him, changed or not changed, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Cheers.